success or failure? If you want to be successful, you have to do what successful people do. Coming up, we're going to be talking to Dr. Randall Bell about his latest book, Rich Habits, Rich Life, and how you too can become more successful.
If you want to be successful, you have to do what successful people do. This is according to a new book that's just been released.
Now let's get over to Paul, who's hanging out with the author of Rich Habits, Rich Life.
I am indeed, Dr. Randall Bell. You're an interesting guy, Dr. Bell, an economist and a sociologist, and you've been called in as a consultant on some of the biggest disasters to have faced our country in the last few years.
Yes, I did the World Trade Center, Hurricane Katrina, the Flight 93 crash site, O.J. Simpson, John Bunny Ramsey. I worked on all those cases.
I don't want to get on your resume, it sounds like. But what's interesting is that you have discovered how beyond disaster people have successful habits that make them succeed.
Exactly, Paul. When you're working on these cases, people either dive, survive, or thrive. And I've had the privilege of being with the people behind these headlines and seeing what really makes the thrivers tick. And that's what this book is all about. What is it that the people do that in the aftermath of any kind of crisis, big or little, to really get back on your feet and do something really big with your lives or businesses?
Well, we've got about 2 more minutes. Can we cover all that? Do we have plenty?
We'll give it a try.
Well, again, Rich Habits, Rich Life is the book, and the subtitle is 4 Cornerstones of All Great Pursuits. Give me a flavor, at least.
Yeah, Paul, there's me, we, do, be. So me habits are things that we do to increase our level of intelligence, of wisdom, of understanding. It's everything in our mind. We habits are getting along with other people, resolving conflicts in a positive way, building friendships, building as parents and students and teachers. Mm-hmm. Do habits are taking care of our health, taking care of our money. And then the be habits are building our future, setting goals, managing our time, all those things. One statistic that popped up, those who make their beds in the morning are 207% more likely to become millionaires. So I'm going up and down the halls making everybody's beds with those statistics.
Well, yeah, although, I mean, and I watched your TED Talk, some of the pieces in there are just so very, very practical and measurable. And for me, you're preaching to the choir on some of this. You said avid readers are so much more likely to be successful in other areas of their life.
Avid readers top the list in all measures of success. It's not just money, but education, happiness. If you're going to pick one habit to improve the me cornerstone, it's reading.
And for parents who are watching this, another one that jumped out at me that I've always been an evangelist for is dinner with your family, having people gathered around you every day at the same time and sharing a meal together.
It's hard to do. I'm a parent, 4 kids, but those who have dinner as a family are 40% more likely to be happy and 41% more likely to make over $100,000 a year. So it really correlates. The science and the behaviors really correlate.
We just barely scratched the surface. Rich Habits, Rich Life. Dr. Randall Bell, come back and see us again if you would.
I will. Thank you, Paul.
I figure if we have you on about 50 times, we're all going to get it together here. So,
I love it. I'll do it.
Yeah, we sure appreciate it. Back to you, ladies.
Bethany and I are over here taking notes.
Seriously, impressive guy. We'll talk to you in the commercials.